What's good, Squibs? How are you, bro?
Yo, not much. How are you, man?
Good, good. Appreciate you coming on to Burbs Interviews. It's a pleasure. If you want to just start, we'll, just tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm 24-year-old producer, artist from Kansas City, Missouri. I've been making music and producing for people like Chris Patrick and a lot of the Fashionably Early crew for the past like 4 years. And then recently this year, I've been delving a lot into the visual art stuff. So kind of
Awesome.
what
Yeah, no,
I've
I'm. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of your visual art stuff. It's dope, bro. I mean, that's how I found you. From one of my favorite artists, Mirage, which is great. How is the Kansas City music scene? Where did this all come from?
I mean, there's a little bit here for a while before like the pandemic. I DJ shows. I was in the circuit of if there was like just some show and they needed a DJ, they would hit me up. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean like Tech Nine's from Kansas City. So there's like that, but that's really like the extent of any major music scene going on here. But there's definitely like a good independent live show stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's really cool. What kind of got you into producing and digital design?
Um, well, I guess with design, I've always been an artist, kind of my whole life, always just drawn or painted, whatever. And then in high school, I started making hip hop beats and shit like that, like really got into sampling. And then that kind of led to dubstep. Or no, sorry, got the order mixed up. It was dubstep first.
Dubstep first.
Yeah, of course, some EDM. And then I just like discovered sampling and fell in love.
That's awesome, dude. Like, I mean, sampling is definitely a really cool thing. I know that's a lot of artists, use that stuff to really take their music off. Um, one thing I've been really intrigued from since the beginning of, meeting you and talking to you. Uh, where did this name Squibs come from?
Yeah, I get that a lot. It was funny enough, actually, like I used to like be hella into like graffiti and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So like I would always in the search for a graffiti name, I would kind of draw something different every day. And my name's Scott, so like there's the S part and the I guess the Q sound, but yeah, one day I was just drawing that for graffiti stuff and it's like it's symmetrical too, like two S's on the front, the Q and the B are like if you flip all that stuff and then
Oh, that's
if you're
sick.
thinking about yeah on some like weird next level shit but
No, I want to hear that. That's awesome. I never
yeah
even know that. I guess now that I'm looking at squibs written down, that's actually really true. Damn, that's cool.
yeah I think it's called like an anagram or something. I did that and then at the same time I was making music like putting up my shitty dubstep on SoundCloud and so I was like that's fucking perfect and really like that was when I was a sophomore in high school so all my friends started calling me that. And like if you're around me, you'll probably hear that more than you'd hear like Scott or something. It's funny.
Well, yeah, that's when I think I was sending you a Cash App for Tony's artwork, and it was like
Right.
Scott Kerns, and I was like, so where does squibs come from? But no, that's
Kind of,
awesome, man. Love it. um, besides that, what is it like producing and working with artists like Chris Patrick, Mirage, Lil Shock, Babyface? We've honestly interviewed all of them except Babyface. But we have a relationship with Chris Patrick. I have a personal relationship with Mirage. He's awesome. I love him, dude. His music is unbelievable. And then Jarrett, one of our fellow, friends,
yeah.
it manages Little Shock. What is it like, working with those guys?
It's super awesome. I'm like glad I have the opportunity really. And especially with Chris and Babyface, those are some guys I've been working with for, I guess, close to 3 years now. And
Damn.
really just like so awesome to see how well Chris is doing, especially. And like, I started getting some DMs from like up and coming producers and stuff. Like, how'd you start working with someone like Chris? And it's just like reminds me of stuff I'd sent to like people I liked in high school. It's really cool.
That's sick. Yeah, no, dude, Chris is a great guy, top to bottom. I mean, I think I reached out to him probably like, I don't even know, 7 months to a year ago
Yeah.
about, just because he's from Jersey. So actually, I was super interested. I had a mutual follower from somebody when he went to high school with, and he like posted one of his rap videos, and I was like, dude, this guy is sick. Like, who is this guy? And then I've seen the growth, and like him and Redvale and everybody along the Twitter lines of things. It's been unbelievable to watch. Um, One thing I noticed on your Twitter last week, and I know I was texting you last night about it. Talk to me about the graphic that you sold. What are you doing there? I'm super intrigued.
Yeah, so I'm sure maybe some people have heard the word NFT or crypto art. It's kind of a buzzword right now,
Yeah.
NFT. Uh, like it's a way to own and have the ownership of an item or a collectible coded into kind of the item. So it's always yours, and the transactions are coded into it as well. But the way I like to think about it is if you really like an artist and you want to almost invest in them, like you could have bought my first piece, and if you believe in me as an artist and expect me to grow with time, then
The value of that piece is
yeah, the
gonna.
value of that piece would go up.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That,
so what
that
I sold yesterday was it's called American Expressionism was the name of the piece. And it's a digital scan of Mark Cuban's Black American Express card. And I guess I did that because he's been kind of getting into this space. And he, for his piece, he just did like a GIF of him like dancing or like walking out like some entrance shit. And it was just so corny and like, so just kind of a little backlash at that.
That's awesome. Yeah, dude, the piece looks sick, and then I saw you sold it for really a lot of money, which is like crazy. Dude, that must be like a huge accomplishment for you. And that's just dope. Like, honestly, it's sick. What, I know that's one piece. I know I've seen, the latest piece you're doing for Mir's single tomorrow. And then, Tony's and Chris, working with Chris Patrick. What is your creation process like? What's your comfort zone, and how does that go? How does your creation process start?
Um, I was actually kind of thinking about this a little bit today because I'm working with so many different people right now. I think it's really just like all goes back to kind of, I think over time I've probably done a little bit of everything, like a little bit of collaging, a little bit of 3D, a little bit of Photoshop, a little bit of Illustrated, like kind of just dip my feet into everything as a visual artist over time. And so now I'm kind of able to tap into all those little fields and kind of build a whatever kind of the artist wants.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I know you and Tony went back and forth, and you came out with something amazing. And I was like, damn, that's sick. That's dope though. I don't know exactly, the creation process for an artist, producer, handwriter. How long does it typically take for you to, make a digital design project? Is that like a 3-day process, or is that, or is one can take 5 minutes, or one can take, a week?
Yeah. I'd say it's more so the latter. Like usually if I have an idea and a very solid kind of image in my head, I can do that and it'll take anywhere from like an hour to 4 or whatever. But if it's something where I'm not sure and I just kind of have like a feeling in mind, I like to just kind of go into the programs like Cinema 4D or Illustrator and play around a little bit and kind of just see what I have. So that could take like, I mean, sometimes it's taken weeks. So
Damn.
yeah, it's
That's
very,
that's a lot of hours.
yeah.
One piece I was really intrigued by, and honestly was, I think, one of my favorite, was the MF Doom cover art. Did his
Oh, yeah,
work have an impact on yours?
definitely. And, I said sampling, I think one of the big people who got me into that was MF Doom. And yeah, just the way he creates these characters. I actually was watching, he sat down with Red Bull Music, and there's like an hour and a half long conversation that's really good. But just the way he develops these characters and universes around stuff that normally I guess doesn't require it. You know, like a lot of people could just drop a song, but he has like, yeah, all these different universes and layers to everything. I think that's kind of definitely inspired me.
Yeah, he's just he just goes off and he does his thing. You know, back to the kind of the artist thing, you know, who's your favorite artist right now, music and hand artists?
My favorite music artist is Mirage.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're on the same page here.
right. No, and then artist, like visual, would maybe be this guy Katsu. I hope I'm
Katsu.
pronouncing that right, but on
Yeah, I've never
Instagram,
heard of him, but
yeah, it's Katsubot, and he does a lot of crazy stuff with that involves technology. Like he has a drone that I'm not sure if he owns the patent for it, but it flies around and he can tag stuff like wirelessly.
dude, that's
And
crazy.
he did something where he like tagged a Kylie Jenner or Kendall Jenner billboard in New York a few years back.
Wow.
And just kind of the autonomous and AI generated stuff. I love that.
Damn. Do you do any videoing or anything?
I've been
Or
doing,
picture taking? I saw you had something on what was that on your page the other day? I don't even know.
well, I mean, I do photography and video. It's just, I guess, trying to find, it's like whatever fits the project, I guess. But recently I've been doing these Spotify canvases this week for an artist, and they sent me like a bunch of footage from, they were like walking around on the strip in Vegas. And so I just kind of edited that down.
Cool.
But I think just being in Kansas City and not necessarily being around all these people I'm working with it makes it like kind of hard for me to be there and take the video, but I think that's something I definitely want to do.
Yeah, you want to get out there and, you know, get out to Jersey, go with Chris Patrick, or get out
Yeah,
to the Carolinas with Mir. Um,
that should be
who would
great.
you, you know, other than, you know, Mirage and Chris, you know, who would you want to work with in the near future?
On any level or
Yeah,
like
I don't care.
on,
You know, it doesn't have to be a realistic level right now, but you know,
yeah,
who would be somebody you'd want to work with, and you know, who caters to your type of style.
definitely. Well, I don't know if it's cliche or what, but Future for sure is like, that's bucket list. Get a placement with Future.
Hey, the work ethic's there.
Yeah, no, or just I don't know. There's a lot of people I want to work with, and also, you know, with this new NFT stuff, I think there's projects that could be done that haven't been done in the past, like a combination of, you know, the 3D art or some type of visual work combined with the music release. I think that there's really a lot of space for that in the future.
Yeah, it kind of seems like you're figuring something out for your own, and you're kind of creating your own path. I mean, I'm not too much into the NFT stuff, but um, it just seems like you're figuring stuff out on your own and creating your own path and doing things that other people aren't. I mean, what you told me the other day about, you know, the Mark Cuban thing, I haven't seen anyone do that. Maybe because I'm just not really in that type of, you know, realm. But honestly, dude, good for you. And the fact that you're running with it is awesome. One thing I wanted to ask, and I was going through your Twitter and I was wondering what's up with pepperoni pizza?
Pepperoni pizza.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know what.
On your Twitter, all the way at the bottom, there's like 8 photos that you
Oh
posted
my god, dude!
of just pepperoni pizza, and
Dude,
it's
you're on
like,
your Nardwar, yeah. So this is I made. I was squibs still in high school, and I was just like tweeting. I would just tweet those pictures and I would post them on like Facebook, on SoundCloud, use them for album artwork. And I was just like, I think it was like just some dumb shit of me like trying to lay into the idea of how popular pizza is, or like how universal that is. I don't know.
Gotcha. No, I
Really
had to ask.
dumb and not very much depth to it. I'm surprised those are still up there, honestly.
Don't delete them now. Don't delete them
Yeah,
now.
no, because I was like, wait, he's not talking about those. Like, it's like, how the fuck?
Yeah, dude, I had to do some Nardwuar shit. I mean, I did the same thing to Chris Patrick. I brought up his well, Hunter did the interview, but I found out that his old rapper name was Last Mohican, and he had and he had no clue, and he was like, "What the hell?" I ended up asking one of my buddies that went to his high school, and he was like, "Dude, you should have heard his music from back then." But that's something you should ask Chris about.
Yeah.
But one other thing, I know we talked about one artist you're working with, but this is time for you, dude. Like any up and coming projects you have coming up, or anything you want to give a shout out to, or anything at all, dude. You got it.
Cool. So definitely, I think this gonna see a lot more visual work and projects coming out branded as Squibs this year for sure. For one, I'm working on an NFT with Hadji Gaviota, and it's we haven't got all the details sorted out, but it'll basically be a piece you can buy, and then it'll come with this remix I did of Miss Karma and Guido. Guido and Miss Karma. It's a remix I did of that, and so you'll get that. You'll be able to own that remix, like one of one or one of however many editions, and so you have to buy that physical piece to be able to listen to the remix.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a little club, like electronic type, like house stuff, but it's cool. It's really good, and
send you back to the dubstep days.
Yeah, I'm tapping in, like I said, to all my little areas every now and then, but
love it.
Doing that, I mean, just really trying to innovate on the NFT space and kind of bring it into something that could be really applicable to everybody. And, there's like really no boundaries because it's so new. And so I think there's something I probably haven't even thought of yet, but that I'll tap into this year. So I'm just really excited to do all that. I just set up my OpenSea account, which is another marketplace for NFTs. And so I'll be listing auctions on there, stuff like that. Yeah. And actually, Mir and Mirage have some songs like together where I'm doing the production on there. So I'm excited.
That's awesome. I'm excited to hear those songs. And as always, he drops bangers. So, I mean, if he's adding you to it, I can't expect anything less than that. But yeah, dude, thank you so much for hopping on, bro. I really appreciate it. And Burbs appreciates you. And that's it, brother.
Yeah, thank you for having me, for sure. It was fun.
Dude, of course, man. Anytime.